Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into one of the cleverest tools in the entire business world, phantom shares. It's this really interesting way for companies to give their key people the massive financial reward of ownership without actually giving away a single piece of the company. So how on earth does this virtual equity create very real growth? Let's get into it.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if you could get the financial upside of being an owner? That huge potential payday if the company takes off, but without all the crazy legal paperwork and the headaches that come with it. That's the core promise we're exploring.
I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. You might not own the stadium, but you've got serious skin in the game. Your success is now completely tied to the team's success. This is the fundamental idea behind phantom shares.
Okay, so how do these things actually work in the real world? Let's break down the journey from a simple promise written on paper to hopefully a big cash payout. So, at its heart, a phantom share is basically a contract. It gives you a unit that perfectly mirrors the value of one real share of company stock. Think of it like a shadow. Whatever the real stock does, your unit does the exact same thing. If the stock goes up $10, your unit's value goes up $10. It's really that simple. It's a promise for a future cash payment tied directly to how well the company is doing. Now, these phantom shares typically come in two main flavors, and you really need to know the difference. First, you've got appreciation only. This means you get paid only on the increase in the share's value. But with full value, you could pay the entire worth of the share on payout day. And trust me, the difference here can be gigantic. Let's say a share goes from $10 to $100. With appreciation, you get $90. With full value, you get the whole 100. So yeah, it's pretty crucial to know which deal is on the table.
So what does this whole process look like from the day you get the offer to the day you cash the check? Let's walk through the entire life cycle of a phantom share.
It all really breaks down into three key stages. First up is the grant. That's the day the company says, "Here, you've earned this," and they award you your units. Then comes the vesting period. You can think of this as the loyalty phase. You have to stick with the company for a set amount of time, say 4 years, before those units are truly yours. And finally, the best part, the trigger. This is some major event like the company getting sold or going public that flips the switch and turns all those vested units into actual cash in your bank account. So you might be asking, why go through all this trouble? Well, because when it's structured the right way, it is a genuine win-win. It's great for the employee and it's great for the company. For you as the employee, the benefits are pretty obvious. You get this incredible potential for a life-changing financial upside. We're talking about payouts that can be massive. It also aligns your goals perfectly with the owners. When they win, you win. And maybe the best part, it's simple. You don't have to deal with brokerage accounts or complicated legal documents. You just have to focus on doing great work and helping the company grow. And what about the company? Well, for them, it's all about control and keeping their best people. First, and this is huge, there's no ownership dilution. The original owners keep 100% of their company and all their voting rights. They can also be super selective, rewarding only the key players they absolutely can't afford to lose. And the investing schedule, it creates what they call golden handcuffs, making it really, really hard for top talent to even think about leaving. But hold on, it's not exactly the same thing as owning actual stock. There are some really important differences, so let's get into the fine print that you absolutely have to know before you sign anything. Okay, here are the big trade-offs. First, you get zero voting rights. You have no say in company decisions. Second, and this is a big one, the payout is almost always taxed as regular income, just like a bonus. That's usually a much higher tax rate than the capital gains tax you'd pay on selling real stock. And finally, from the company side, this isn't free money. They have to have the actual cash on hand to pay you when that trigger event happens. When you boil it all down, phantom shares are designed to do one thing really, really well.
They bridge the gap. They take an employee from the mindset of just being a hired hand to thinking and acting like a true business owner. It's a powerful psychological shift, and it's backed by a very real potential reward. So all of this brings us to a pretty big question, right? In today's world, where attracting and keeping the best talent is everything, could this phantom promise be the future of how we motivate our best people? It's definitely a powerful idea to think about.
Watch till the end and let me know your opinion. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Your input helps us to grow more. Thank you for taking the time to watch.